Alright, what is going on, guys? UFC Fight Night, Cannonier versus Rodrigues has just ended. I'm going to go into my full card post-fight. I wasn't able to watch this whole card live, so I went back and watched most of the fights. I saw the first 3 fights live, then I had to go step away, and I came back just in time to watch the main event. So I went back and watched all the fights. That's why this video is going to be going out a little later than it normally would have. So first fight of the night, absolute shit fight. Julia Avila versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Unanimous decision. She outstruck her, outdid everything, all 3 rounds. Excuse me. Avila retires in the cage. She doesn't need to be fighting anyway. She's a scrub. But what I don't understand, they gave her mic time after she retires. UFC Apex event. But when Stipe Miocic retired, well, I guess they did let him talk. I'm thinking of, what was it, when Esparza retired. They gave her this video and this nice thing. They didn't do that for Stipe when he retired. Luckily, they didn't do some stupid video for her. But the win doesn't really mean much by Cavalcanti. I guess she could get something higher up in the rankings now. But other than that, the win doesn't really mean much. Next, Don'Tale Mayes versus Walter Walker. Walter Walker gets a first round submission win via heel hook. He even said it. He's like, if Cyril Gane gets him with the heel hook, I'll get him with the heel hook. Walter Walker got 2 back-to-back heel hooks. Don'Tale Mayes needs cut from the UFC. Sorry, Don'Tale. He gets taken down within like 30 seconds. Has nothing to offer off of his back. No ability to get up. And Walker falls back to go for the heel hook. He gave up top position to Don'Tale Mayes in order to get the heel hook. It worked. Mayes is kind of garbage on the ground. He has knockout power. But his striking's really not even that good because heavyweight's garbage. So I'm not going to say good win by Walter Walker because it doesn't really mean anything. Is he still ranked? Let's see if Don'Tale Mayes is still ranked. Because I made a video about how they cut Jairzinho Rozenstruik and then put Don'Tale Mayes in the rankings. Let's check those rankings real quick. Let's do this on the fly. Because if so, then Walter Walker will be ranked. Don'Tale Mayes is ranked number 15. And Kennedy Nzechukwu is now ranked at heavyweight. So that means we're going to have 2 ranked Walkers in the UFC. Moving up. Vincent Morales versus Elijah Smith. This was a pretty good back and forth fight. First round, Smith was in trouble. Very, very deep. I believe it was a Darce choke. It was either a Darce or an Anaconda. I believe it was a Darce choke. And he was in that for a while. They would go back and forth a lot. One mistake he was making a lot, Smith is, it seemed like he kept backing up and backing up and backing up. And then he would get to the cage and he was having a hard time keeping Morales off of him. Very competitive fight. Smith's young. I think he said he's 22 years old. So he's young. He still has time to improve. Doesn't need that much of a step up in competition in his next fight. He was somewhat struggling. I know, Morales is somewhat of a veteran. He's not that old. He's like 32, 33 years old. So slight little baby step up in competition next for Elijah Smith. Gets it done via unanimous decision. Moving up the card. Dude, some of these fights, I knew I shouldn't have picked Chaos Williams. But there's some other fights on this card where my gut was telling me to pick them and I didn't. Gabriel Bonfim gets the Darce choke, puts Chaos Williams out cold. Williams, honestly, didn't look that good in this fight. Essentially, the whole fight for Williams was him just trying to swing, get that knockout. That's all it seemed like he was going for. He was getting his legs chewed up. He was getting the jab put in his face. And he really didn't have much success. I think he might have stung Bonfim 1 or 2 times a little bit. Nothing super crazy. And then that second round, I don't remember how they got there. But then Bonfim went, like, he had his back. Williams got out of it. I don't even remember how they got there. Did he hurt him? I don't even remember. It was uneventful outside of the finish. It was just Williams trying to swing and get the knockout. The fuck? Oh, there's a cat. Get the knockout and Bonfim being more measured than he has been. So moving up. Okay. I actually was not able to watch this fight. Because I remember I went back to go watch the replay and it would not let me watch the fight. It just kept saying error. So I actually did not watch that fight. This fight I went back and rewatched because I saw there was some controversy online, so I wanted to make sure and watch it and pay attention. We have Angela Hill versus Ketlin Sosa. I picked Sosa because Hill is so old. I couldn't pick a 40-year-old to win, even though I should have both times because my gut was telling me to pick both of her and Jared Cannonier, and I didn't. First round, clear Angela Hill. Outstruck her. Was it last 10 seconds or something? She got a takedown. It might not have been the last 10 seconds. She got a takedown in the first round at some point. Landing good on the feet. Sosa couldn't really get off. Second round, she comes back, and towards the second half of the second round, she comes back. She landed a couple good shots earlier, but mainly the first half of the second round was Hill, and then towards the end, Sosa came back. Not enough to get it. It was a very close and competitive round. I know I see a lot of people online scoring 2 and 3 for Sosa. It was a really close, competitive round, and I gave it to Hill based on forward pressure. Sosa might have landed some of the harder shots, but Hill had the volume and the forward pressure. I think that's what won her the round in the judges' eyes, even though Sosa landed the better shot. So Hill gets it done via split decision. She's always getting these split decisions. Hey, at least she doesn't have more losses than wins. So, not much to say about that. Moving up. Again, another one of those fights, not much to say about it. We have Connor Matthews versus Jose Miguel Delgado. Gets the first round KO. Not too much happened. Matthews gets a takedown briefly. Delgado gets back up. Flipped him with the right hand. Put him down. Finish him off with ground and pound. Really not much to say. The fight didn't go that long. Almost half of a round. So, again, not too much to say. Delgado looked decent on the feet. Matthews. Some fighters need to, and he did go to the grappling, but some fighters who are in specialty in grappling, they need to use it more often instead of trying to strike. Honestly, I don't know if it would have worked for him anyway. Moving up the card, opening up the main card. Good fight. I went back and rewatched it. We have Rodolfo Vieira versus Andre Petroski. My gut, as soon as I was going over this video, or when I was making my original video of my predictions, I wanted to pick Petroski, but after he got that weird knockout loss where he like hit the guy's hip, it almost looked like he slid. I don't know. I didn't want to pick him. My gut was telling me to pick him though. I need to listen to my gut more often. First round, clear Petroski, landed the better shots. But Vieira tried to use some grappling. Petroski shut them off every time. Second round, Vieira comes out better, landing the better shots, hurting Petroski several occasions, stinging him badly. Not super bad, but he had him rocked a couple of times, landed good shots. Used a little bit of the grappling in the second round, and then the third round was just the same for the first round for Petroski. Just landing the better shots on the feet, and that won in the fight. So rounds 1 and round 3 for Andre Petroski. Calls Bo Nickel out, and Bo Nickel's on Twitter tweeting, "Oh, I'd fight him, but everybody's tired of." Man, if I could just talk, I would fight him, but everybody's tired of me fighting cans. It's like 11 o'clock. I'm tired. I think, this might be a hot take, I think Petroski would be a better win than Paul Craig. I know Paul Craig had a run at light heavyweight, has some good wins at light heavyweight, beat Magomed Ankalaev, the only one to beat him, beat Jamal Hill, beat, who else did he beat? Nikita Krylov. Those are some solid wins at light heavyweight. But at middleweight, all he's done is he beat Muniz. He's not even that good. I mean, I like that fight. That's definitely going to be my fight and my fights to make. Easter egg for you guys. Petroski versus Bo Nickel. Book it. And I kind of hate that because Petrosky doesn't really deserve a shot at the top 15 yet. I think he gets one more win, he could deserve it because he already had his chance. I'm thinking to Joe Pyfer because they train in the same gym. Who do you lose to first? It was Pereira. I think Michel Pereira. I think that was the first person Petrosky lost to after he was on his win streak. But I like that fight. Bo Nickel, Andre Petrosky, book it. Bo Nickel, let's give him an easier matchup because let's be honest, everybody else above him in the rankings is probably going to beat him. So let's give Bo Nickel an easier matchup in Andre Petrosky in his next fight. Moving up the card. Isma Bonfim, Nazim Salihov. This was another one. I tried to go back and rewatch it. Wouldn't let me watch it. It just kept saying error. Doctor stoppage. Bonfim got head kicked, and when it went to go to the second round, couldn't see out of one of his eyes, which doesn't make any sense because they literally Sherabullet has they know he only has one eye that he can see out of. So if a fighter wants to fight, let him fight. Whether it's good for their health or not, if they want to fight, let them fight. Again, I couldn't see this fight. So all I know, I saw the clips of the head kick online and then the doctor saying he cannot continue. So moving up, I probably should have put money on this fight, honestly. Edmund Shabazian versus Dylan Butka. I should have put money on Edmund Shabazian first round KO. Goes out of there and just takes care of business. Absolute shutout. Butka landed one shot. I don't even remember the one shot he landed. Might have been a kick. I think he landed a kick. It was a body kick. There's nothing to say. Eben Shabazian did what we all expected him to do. Go out there and get the brutal first round KO. Had him up, curled up in the fetal position, up against the cage. Butka had nothing to offer. Is what it is. Moving up. Calvin Kattar, Yusuf Zalal. Kattar's done, man. Kattar's washed up. First and second round, Zalal, clearly, was doing whatever he wanted to Calvin Kattar. Outside of the grappling, he went for some takedowns, wasn't able to get any takedowns in the fight. He did say in his post-fight, he said that Kattar was the slipperiest opponent he's ever faced. Accused him of greasing. Is that true? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. What's his name? They said the name of the coach. GSP's, I can't remember the guy's freaking name. GSP's coach. I don't think a guy like that would knowingly help Kattar cheat. Unless Kattar did it on his own, I don't think that's probably possible. Not possible, but probable. But Zalal was just doing whatever he wanted. Landed a good in the striking, with the boxing, the kicks. I mean, it was all the knees. It was all working good for Zalal. And then in the third round, Kattar, what he should have been doing, the whole fight. He's fought 5-round fights before, so we know he has 5-round cardio. He should have been. I mean, essentially, the third round, Zalal was just running. Kattar didn't land a whole lot. Zalal landed a couple good shots, but he was running the whole round. So you had to score the last round for Calvin Kattar, just based on the fact that he was chasing Zalal around the octagon. Zalal wasn't doing anything but retreating, and he was winging some shots. Kattar landed a few shots in that third round. But clear 29-28 victory for Yusuf Zalal. Should be in the top 10 of the featherweight division. I think he could get up in the rankings a little bit more, but I think he needs to improve. Man, I don't want to blame that. If he was greasing, that's shitty. But I'd have liked him seeing a little bit more of the grappling. But he looked great in the striking. Did very good in the striking. Flowed perfectly. Looked loose on the feet. Looked really good. I'm actually really excited to see what's next for Yusuf Zalal. What I can think of. I think it's some cool fight in the top 10 of the featherweight division. Moving on, main event. Good fight. Again, when this fight got announced, my gut was telling me to pick Jared Cannonier. And when I was making the prediction video, I should have picked Jared Cannonier. In my mind, I wanted to pick him. I'm going to get his poster hung up tomorrow. So my next videos, maybe, should have his poster up behind me. First round, Jared Cannonier gets hurt twice, dropped badly. Um, Rodrigues couldn't get him out of there. Cannonier, regathered, got back, comes back in the second round, wins the second round. Third round, flips back, goes back to Rodrigues. Rodrigues is doing good on the feet. Rodrigues is hurting Cannonier. The end of that third round, they're in tight. Cannonier hits him with an elbow, drops Rodrigues badly, buckles his knees, goes down, but he has short time. He has like 10 seconds left, but he's hitting him with good ground and pound shots. He knows. As soon as that fourth round starts, boom, right on him. Gets him out of there in 21 seconds in the fourth round. Honestly, going into that fourth round, Rodrigues didn't even look like he wanted to be there. And during the finishing sequence, he wasn't even throwing anything back. He was just kind of slightly moving a little bit. Didn't have anything to offer. Cannonier's toughness and durability. He's still kind of chinny, but he's shown he got hurt and came and recovered and came back and then got to finish himself. Good win by Jared Cannonier. Obviously Rodrigues wasn't a ranked opponent, but he's still a solid opponent. Still a solid guy. Probably, I think he could get in the top 15 still at some point in his career. I know he's like 32, 33 years old. I still think he could break in the top 15. If Bo Nickal's in the top 15, I think Gregory Rodrigues could get in the top 15. Heck, Sherbolt Magomedov was in the So great win by the Kill Gorilla. Gets back in the win column. And did he get the promotion tonight? I think he did. Fight of the night. Fight of the night bonus. Performance was Edmund Shabazian. There was another one. I can't remember who. And Gabriel Bonfim. So solid UFC fight night in the Apex. For once, actually. Solid fight night. Let me know in the comment section down below. What did you guys think of the main event? What did you guys think of that co-main event? Does Eustace Law have what it takes to get back to rematch Ilia Topuria for the belt? Make sure to subscribe if you guys aren't subscribed. Drop a like on this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.